Hello guys, I hope everyone is doing well. I haven't been here for a while, but today I am bringing good news because today we're trying out new art materials, yay! So the deal here is, while I was gone, ARRTX have messaged me via Instagram and have proposed a collaboration. So they basically asked if I would like to be sent their brand new set of alcohol markers, and since I thought this is a really good deal for me, I agreed. Okay, so now for the big reveal. There's 90 colors in this set, and they're all listed here. The first thing I noticed when I opened the box is a thank you card with all of their socials listed, so you should follow them on any of these. And a swatch sheet for every single color. I think that's peak customer service. I love when they do that. Also, the cap on the box is magnetic, so it holds very well and it doesn't open by itself. That's a good thing to know. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Look how many colors! Listen, I have alcohol markers, but I've never had this many in my life. So I want to talk about the packaging. It's triangular and every marker is assigned their own number. The cap is very cute. I love the engravements. They look like clouds. The markers are two-sided. One side is chisel and the other one is brush. ARRTX have offered me a choice to either pick chisel and brush or fine tip and brush, and I picked chisel and brush because I prefer brush for fine details and chisel for large sections in my art. But just so you know, they're available in both variations and you can pick up to your liking. The surface of every marker is smooth and nice to the touch. It's very comfortable in the hand due to their triangular shape. The caps open and close easily with a click. So then I proceed to do the swatches off camera real quick because that's not the most interesting part of the video, and I have noticed that they layer very well. That's especially visible with the darker tones. Finally, I'm done with all the colors. You can see that there's a big variety of colors. I love them all, they're so bright. I adore these light colors. I'm gonna use them a lot. Maybe not as much the bright ones because my art is quite desaturated usually, but that's on me, not on the company. On the palette, there's a big variety of pinks and reds, as well as browns. There's not as many purples or greens, although these two are cold purple, but for me they're more like magenta. The majority of colors match exactly the displayed color on the cap, the one you should expect, and this is very beneficial for artists. What I have noticed is that mostly the greens don't match exactly the colors on the caps. For example, Viridian, it's a tiny bit grayer on the cap, but it's really bright in reality. The same goes for the light colors. Again, the cool green and the aqua mint, they're a bit different. The aqua mint on the cap is much brighter than in real life, but I actually like the colors light and unsaturated, so it's really no problem for me. And the same goes for cool green. See how it's like very blue on the cap, but it's very light in real life. More annotations about the box. It can be used as a shelf itself, which is very handy, especially if you don't have lots of space on the table like me. You can just put it on the shelf and put something else on top, which saves space. It's very compact, and the cardboard that the box is made from is very sturdy, so it wouldn't bend. You can also put stuff under the box, like this ink pad that I just put there. It also has a section for each marker in particular, which makes it easy to take them out and put them back in. So before actually getting to drawing, I would like to demonstrate and try out the blending and layering of these markers, just to get a feel for it and to see what to expect. Here I'm blocking in the colors for the gray tones with the chisel tip. At first I tried to blend with chisel as well, but it didn't work out that well, so I switched to brush after that. That is because 3 different tips of this marker available in this collection, they serve different purposes in the coloring process. For example, the chisel tip is perfect for blocking in big spaces. The brush tip is also suitable for coloring in big areas, but also creating beautiful watercolor gradients. Like, see how the gradient I'm trying to make in the video is going very well. It's completely smooth and I can't add anything onto that. I'm very satisfied. So back to speaking about the purpose of the different tips of the marker. Since the thickness of the line in the brush tip matters on how you press on the marker, it allows you to create a wide variety of lines suitable for both rough work and precise work. Apart from being very good for blending, the light tones can be very handy for lighting up dark tones. For example, if you used a color too dark, but you preferred a lighter color, you can fix that easily by coloring over with the white blender that I'm using right now, or any other light tone in fairness. In the result, they have bled on the other page and the other side of the back cover, but it is expected since they are alcohol markers, and I actually expected them to bleed way more with the numerous layers that I've done with them. So then here I decided to come further and try out acrylic markers on top of the alcohol markers, as well as pencils. I start off with ARRTX acrylic markers. After that I tried other brands of markers like Deli, Art Theory, and then I tried Uni Paint markers, and they all seem to be layering very well, with no damage done to the page, especially with how many layers of markers I've put on there. So the good news is, unless you put extreme amounts of alcohol marker on the page, it won't bleed through on the back page. As you can see, the gray and pink haven't bled through at all. So after finally getting to know the markers a bit better, I actually started sketching my first drawing with them. So it's just a simple portrait of a girl who is sitting and holding her knees with her arms. I didn't go for anything too complex because I wanted to stay in my comfort zone for the first drawing to see what I can do based on the stuff that I'm comfortable with. I'm not gonna spend too much time on the sketch in this video because the main subject of this video are the markers themselves. But by tradition, I'll still share a piece of the sketching process with you. I thought of drawing her shirtless, but I realized that I think I should still draw some clothes because I don't usually do that, especially in small drawings like these. So I thought, listen, I can't draw everybody naked all the time. But yeah, I'm basically almost done with the sketch here, and we're gonna move to actually coloring it soon. There we go, all finished. Now, before starting to use the markers, I put a sheet underneath the page just in case it bleeds on the other side. I started coloring her skin first, so I chose a light skin tone. This drawing is mainly going to be based on the pastel shades in this set, although the next drawings that I'll make in this video, for those I'll probably try to use the vivid colors. They're a bit out of my comfort zone, but you never know until you try. So while I'm blocking in the colors of her skin tone, adding more details to her skin, like semi-tones, some imperfections, right? I want to ask you, how have you been? I've missed you guys. Me personally, I've been quite well. I've graduated just a few days ago. It feels unnatural, but here we are, I guess. Yeah, so we took a bunch of pictures. I won academic achievement awards. I'm proud of myself. And I also recited a poem on stage, which I was very much stressing about, but we're over it now, so it's all in the past. Oh yes, I forgot to mention about these markers. One of the techniques you can use is stippling to create gradients. I've used it before in this video, subtly. Now that I think of it, I've actually been using it while talking about the graduation, but I'm pretty sure you can actually draw a full painting just by stippling with these markers, and it's gonna look gorgeous. Stippling with markers is not my thing though, and I'm not going to try this. I'm more of a fine liner user when it comes to stippling, but I'm just saying you can try it yourself if you decide to purchase this set. Now it's time to add some darker colors. Her hair is going to highlight the whole picture as the most contrasting color in the whole drawing. I think this color is called chestnut because I am recording this on my bed right now. I can't check the color. but at this stage I decided to check the back to see if it hasn't leaked, and it hasn't. Completely clean page. As far as I know, this is not a usual occurrence, because alcohol markers always leak on the back side of the page, but they usually leak on the next page as well if you don't put a sheet in between the pages. Besides that, the dual tip of the marker is really handy, because you can switch between fine and thick line without letting the marker dry long enough, because you're searching for a different marker. To finish off, I'm adding some color pencils on the top of the markers, because I'm used to adding a bit more variety to the drawing. Although there is 90 colors in the set, my art is usually more textured than that, and you know how alcohol markers are a very smooth material. They give a perfect refined outcome, and I'm not a big fan of that. I like the final result to be looking a bit off, so color pencils will do the job. I don't remember the last time I drew a full piece with just alcohol markers, because I use them here and there in my art, but never really in a full piece with just markers. I'm really proud of this drawing. For the rest of the video, I'll be trying out these markers even further, but I'll be mainly talking about other stuff while mentioning the markers from time to time, because I've pretty much said everything I wanted to say. At first I started drawing with graphite, but then I thought I should have a change of material for sketching and go into more of a hardcore way, so I took a blue color pencil. Since I am planning to keep the blue color scheme later while trying out the markers further, because I promised to try out the dark colors as well, I thought maybe drawing the sketch in blue might suit the color scheme. But since I've been out for a little while, let me update you on what's happening. So, apart from the graduation, I'm having my exams in about 10 days? Even less than 10, like 8 or 7 days actually. Oh guys, it's getting real, it's getting real. But I thought worrying is gonna do me no good, so I decided to accept my fate. Since I can't escape them, I can't jump over them, I can't close my eyes and then open them and have it all behind me once and for all. So at this point, hardcore study seems like the best option, because at least it's reassuring. I'll enter the examination room and I'll think to myself, well, you studied for this, so you'll be fine. And besides that, I had an idea to reward myself with little gifts after the hardest exams. So, for example, the second maths exam or the chemistry exam, after that, I could go to the store and buy something for myself. Mostly art related, maybe like a new sketchbook. I'm a sketchbook addict. But well, on the other hand, I don't need anything else. And sketchbooks are something that I'd eventually make use of. So why not? Okay, so while I was talking, I started coloring in the video at this stage. So this is what I mean when I say I'm gonna keep the blue color scheme. Spoiler alert, this picture is gonna be mostly blue and orange. And brown, of course, like as a mid-tone. Well, looking back at it, this spread is not very well color coordinated, because the right side is very light, it's very feathery, and the left side is harsher, because I tried a different rendering style. There's less blending and it's more cartoony, but I don't mind. I think I've mentioned before that I don't really care how my spreads look, usually, unless I'm in a very specific mood for a neat spread, but Secondly, I'm trying out a new material which I'm not still fully comfortable with, and it's okay to try out all sorts of stuff. I'm just experimenting. Also, off topic, but the weather has been so good recently. It's kind of dystopian even, because there's no rain, no wind, and barely any clouds in the sky. Like, hello. We are really blessed with this kind of weather. Unfortunately, the lack of wind makes it very stuffy. I am suffocating in my room, so I keep my windows open 24/7. But at least it's warm, so whatever. Anyway, here I'm grabbing an orange fine liner because I realized the set doesn't have any oranges. It has reds and yellows, but there's no orange. I only noticed when I actually needed orange. But unless we need something, we usually don't notice that it's there. Like, even in daily life, do you ever notice that your nose isn't blocked because you're breathing properly, it's not bothering you, but then your nose is blocked and you're like, oh, you know, once upon a time my nose wasn't blocked and then life felt so good, but in that instance you haven't noticed it. It's very curious how it works like that. Well, for me at least. But anyway, I'll get back to whatever is happening on a screen. So I thought that drawing lacked a bit of texture again, and so I'm adding ink. This is just Winsor Newton ink. I use it a lot in my art, either for line art or for like a watercolory effect. I know in my last video with the sketchbook tour, someone asked me what kind of materials do I use, so I replied to them, but I want to say this as well in the video for the broader audience. I mostly use graphite and fine liners or pens, either gel pens or oil-based pens, doesn't matter. I use ink a lot, but that's usually when I want to sketch. For coloring, I might use markers, acrylic markers, inks again. I love inks. Color pencils sometimes. And now since I got new markers, I'm gonna use them more often. Rarely I take out the paints, even though I love gouache and watercolors, acrylics. I'm too lazy to tidy up after that, so I don't use it that often, but I wish I did because I love the texture. So since we're coming to the end of the video, my conclusion is that this set is lovely and it's perfect for you if you're passionate about drawing. It's suitable for sketching or full pieces as well. Very easy to use, totally recommend it. You have a chance to purchase this specific RTX set on their US Amazon store with a 10% discount that lasts till the end of May. It's a limited time discount, and I think it's a great opportunity because these markers are quite pricey themselves. The link to the Amazon website is listed in my description, so if you want to go and buy these markers, you can just do it through that link. It's the first one in the set of links, but you'll find it anyway. And also, if you liked my art, check out my other videos on YouTube. I have sketchbook tours and draw with me sessions, and there's another sketchbook tour upcoming soon, so stay tuned. And also, check out my socials, they're listed on the screen. I guess see you there, and take care, don't forget to drink water. Bye!